all the cruises that we've gone on, and when you think overall, what is your favorite cruise memory?
Oh, you had to go there. So it would actually be our very first cruise, and that was not a mega ship.
But your first memory is what? Like your favorite cruise memory?
My favorite cruise memory is the morning after we boarded Carnival Sunshine. It was like 6:30 in the morning, and you know me, I'm up at the butt crack of dawn every day, no matter what. And I had a moment on the pool deck, just looking out to the ocean, coffee in hand, and just going, "Oh, wow, this is why I love to cruise, because this is relaxing."
Travel smarter, not harder.
So, did you notice something interesting in your answer?
No, there was nothing
You
interesting there.
you did not say water slide. You did not say zip line. You did not say the elevator lines. So, those that are watching, or whether that's live right now or later on, comment below. When you picture your perfect cruise moment, what are you doing? Are you A, waiting in a line for some attraction, or B, sitting on a deck watching the ocean with a drink in hand?
You're cheating again.
That's
My goodness.
cruising. Attractions
My
are fun
goodness.
for an hour, but the ocean is why people fall in love with cruising.
So if our channel helps you cruise smarter and spend less, do the YouTube thing. Let us know in the comments below. Hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell. Really helps our channel, and make sure you don't miss any stuff that the cruise lines don't exactly advertise.
Do me a
Can't
favor,
take that
comment on
away.
the bottom if she's cheating, guys. Come on, I gotta know, is she cheating? That's not right.
I'm not cheating. That's
Yep, see, we just got a comment. We're gonna put it on screen.
I can't see the comments.
B.
He picked mine. B is mine. You're on deck watching the ocean with a drink in hand.
B
So-
B means really big ship.
I don't think so. Thank you, James, for proving my point. I appreciate you right there. Mega ships are amazing. Again, we talked about that before.
Yes, they are.
But mega ships is a destination. The ocean is your destination. A small ship is going to win every single time.
Oh, I don't know.
And I
see-
haven't been on the Luna yet.
Just to give you guys a little heads up, we're actually doing a video right now. We're doing a Luna pre-tour. It's going to be out, we're hoping for Sunday, just like the ship. It's a big one. We're trying to cover everything that the Luna has on there, and it is a mega ship. So I don't know if we're going to be able to get there by Sunday, but by the latest Monday, please take a look on YouTube. I promise it's going to be a great one. We've seen some stuff coming out right now on Luna, and it looks pretty damn amazing. And somebody in here won't admit that this ship could be the best of both worlds.
It's
Meg
possible.
ship.
I said it's a medium-sized ship. I wouldn't classify it as a mega ship, but to me, the mega ships are the Icons, the Oasis, the World of America. What is that one called?
World America, absolutely.
Right. Yeah. So
Absolutely. Oh, speaking of World America, besides Luna, what was the other ship for this sailing we were going to book? It's okay. You can say World America.
yeah, I'm glad we didn't. I wanted to experience
Listen.
because when I saw for some of the Norwegian ships for NCL where they ranking ocean the focus, that excites me, right? That is for me the destination. Cruise lines can build bigger ships for one reason, because bigger ships make more money. There's more passengers, there's more upsells, there's more specialty dining, there are more paid experiences. They're not building it for the cruiser, and I know it's a business, but if we put it all in perspective, they build it for the balance sheet.
Well, I'm not going to disagree with that because they keep building them, and
They do. Although there's
20
plans to make some of the smaller ones.
Correct. That's so they can get you on board
Yeah, every time.
and charge you the same prices they're charging for Icon and Star and Legend.
But if
Okay,
that's the case and the ocean is the focus, that ship wins.
I'm going to give you some of that. Okay. But smaller ships can also feel quiet, and there's definitely way fewer activities. Even the trivia, which is on every ship, was bad. It was like Sesame Street trivia.
But
Smaller
who doesn't
show.
like snuffleupagus? But when you're talking about all these things, your time can become fragmented again, right? Especially if you're with a family. When there is something for everyone, it often means everybody's going all these different directions and they're running around. And maybe for some families, that can be great. but that's not always relaxing. So again, I think it depends the quiz that we have on our website. Sorry, that just on K&M. Like if you don't know what your cruising style is or what cruise line might be of interest for what you're looking for, we do have a quiz available to kind of vet that and connect you with something that suits your personality.
There we go, guys, right there. It's right there. Hit the QR code. It's literally fast, free, 5 questions, just 5. I got to figure out where my camera is. This is 5.
I don't know where my camera is either. If I keep looking around.
Yeah, this split screen is pretty crazy. 5 questions.
It's not all brands, obviously, but the big ones.
Yep.
And I give this to you. Ships, they make the headlines. And I agree with you that there's the energy there. But if you were to look at the global fleet, it's a small percentage, right? Most cruise lines are still investing in their mid-sized ships and their expedition ships, the luxury ships.
26 new luxury ships are coming out in the next 4 years. Most of them are Viking and Azamora, but almost every single line. Ex-Celebrity just put out some river ships that
Yes.
I absolutely want to go try. Those are some beautiful looking ships.
So I think the future of cruising isn't the bigger ships.
Oh, oh, oh.